Hi everyone. I wanted to spend the next few minutes sharing the latest with you concerning my health care and some of the lessons that I can pass on to you for your own journey. During the past few weeks, I underwent MRI imaging of both my knee joints. My knees prevented me from healing from my hip replacement surgeries. You just can't complete a successful course of physiotherapy without knee joints that allow you to do the stretches to bring a recovery. There are cartilage tears in both of my knee joints. I'm needing a pair of knee surgeries, and then we'll see what happens after that. So the journey continues. A big part of why I started this YouTube channel was to share the practical lessons, the tips, the strategies, and living out life to help others and redeem some of the suffering that I've been going through. There's a new website that I've signed up for. It's called Pocket Health. It's a permanent repository for diagnostic imaging. Now I'll say that in English. It's a website that can store your X-rays, your MRIs, CT scans, ultrasounds, etc. that will keep the imaging beyond the requirement of your local hospital or provider when the law allows them to purge imaging. I've signed up for this service. The reason I've signed up for it is I've already had the problem where imaging was done of my hips, and this has gone on so long that the imaging is no longer part of the computer system at my local hospital. It's been purged because of its age. If the internet had been what it is today, several years ago, I would still have copies of it. So for me, it's a really good option to store my imaging at, and then it'll be a reference point depending on what transpires to help me explain to the doctors treating me how things are different, how things are progressing, and it'll help the doctors be able to take a look back at where I was and then where I'm at now. There is a nominal fee for storing images on the service. It's $5. I think it's worth it. Being able to advocate for yourself is so important. I'm not talking about emotional statements, but the factual statements, like one example could be, I used to be able to walk 3 blocks. Now I cannot exceed 1 block. Or I'm no longer able to climb stairs. Or maybe I can climb 5 stairs but then have to stop because of stiffness or pain. These types of statements help the doctors understand what's going on in a way that they're able to appreciate. I also don't want to devalue the option of involving a social worker when applying for disability benefits. A social worker is a really good sounding board and can help you express things in an understandable way to the adjudication unit that receives our various applications. In other words, they act like a middleman, almost advocating for you, and they'll have the practical life experience that will help propel your application forward and give you the best chance of being approved. It's just something to think about that I picked up years ago. Now, when you're going through all this, you're still a person, and you still need to be taking care of yourself and figuring out what your needs are. And I'm not just talking about a physical set of needs. You need to be able to take care of your emotional well-being, dealing with stress, strategies for living with chronic pain, or whatever your set of symptoms are. And I would always encourage you to do so and to try to keep some semblance of a life going. I know it's not always easy, and you may still have bad days. There are things that you're going to find that help you boost your morale and help you keep going forward in life. And that's honestly one of the best things that I could say to you if you only take one thing out of this video. There's all kinds of options, so I wouldn't be discouraged if try number 1 doesn't work. You'll find a skill set and be able to build it over time. I'll give you a few examples. Adult coloring's become really valuable now. You end up so focused on what you're doing that kind of the frustration, the anger, the disappointment ends up being put into the page that you're coloring, and you may feel lighter or encouraged after the session completes. Food and cooking is another option for some people. I personally really enjoy nature photography, and I get right into it. Some people may not, but that's one of the outlets for me. I would never devalue having a few close friends that you're honest with about how you're doing, what your needs are, and the emotional support that they can give you. That is, that you're not in the journey by yourself, that there's someone there to talk to if you're feeling frustrated or for whatever's going on in your life. And it depends on you and what you enjoy and what you want to make out of your life. And then taking steps to pursue it. And I would finally want you to think about any progress is progress. So even if things take a lot longer now, at least you're doing something with your life and making provision for the underlying health care condition. Anyway, I hope there's something in this that will be of benefit to you. Thanks for this time that you spent with me today. Bye for now.